Ever wondered why your knees scream for mercy after a long bike ride? You're cruising along, the wind in your hair, the sun on your back, and then, bam, your knees start to protest. It's a scenario that's all too familiar for many cyclists. But what's really causing that pesky knee pain? Is it just the wear and tear from the ride, or is there something more mysterious at play? Well, folks, it's time to shatter some common misconceptions. You might think it's all about overexertion, or that it's an inevitable part of cycling. But the truth? It's not quite that simple. Knee pain after cycling can be a complex issue, often linked to a range of factors from bike fit to riding technique. So, buckle up because we're about to take a deep dive into the enigma that is post-cycling knee pain. Now, let's unravel the mystery of your post-cycling knee pain. First, it's important to know that not all knee pains are created equal. Just as there are many types of bicycles, from road bikes to mountain bikes, there are also many types of knee pain that can be caused by cycling. Let's start with patellar tendonitis, also known as jumper's knee. This is an inflammation of the tendon connecting your kneecap to your shin bone. It's often caused by overuse, especially from activities that involve a lot of knee bending like cycling. If your knee pain is concentrated at the front of your knee, just below the kneecap, then you might be dealing with patellar tendonitis. Next up we have IT band syndrome. The IT band, or iliotibial band, is a thick band of tissue that runs from your hip down the outside of your thigh and knee. When it gets irritated, usually due to overuse, it can cause pain on the outer side of your knee. If you're feeling an ache on the outer side of your knee while cycling or after a long ride, it could possibly be IT band syndrome. Finally, we have patellofemoral pain syndrome, commonly called runner's knee. Despite its name, it's not exclusive to runners. Cyclists can get it too. This condition causes pain around the kneecap and is often due to the kneecap moving out of alignment. It can be caused by a combination of factors such as muscle imbalance, improper bike fit, or overuse. Remember, these are just a few examples, and there are many other types of knee pain that cyclists can experience. It's also worth noting that having one type of knee pain doesn't exclude you from having another. They can, and often do, occur simultaneously. Knowing the type of knee pain you're dealing with is the first step towards finding a solution. After all, you wouldn't try to fix a flat tire with a chain tool, would you? Similarly, understanding the specific type of knee pain you're experiencing can help you find the most effective treatment and prevent future occurrences. So stay tuned as we delve deeper into the world of cycling and knee pain. So how do you protect your precious knees when cycling? A good question indeed. Let's dive into some key points that can help keep your knees in top shape. First off, consider knee pads. Not just for the extreme sports enthusiasts, knee pads can provide an extra layer of safety, particularly if you're hitting the trails or tackling tricky terrains. They can shield your knees from potential injuries and reduce the impact of any falls. Next up, maintaining proper form. It's vital to keep your body in the correct position when cycling. Your back should be straight, your elbows should be slightly bent, and your knees should be directly over your feet when pedaling. It sounds technical, but it's really about feeling comfortable and balanced on your bike. Let's not forget hydration. Keeping well hydrated helps lubricate your joints, including those all-important knees. So make sure you're drinking enough water before, during, and after your ride. And no, unfortunately, coffee doesn't count. Lastly, know your limits. It's great to push yourself, but if your knees start sending you distress signals, it might be time to take a break. Listen to your body. It knows what's best. So, there you have it. A few simple yet effective tips to keep your knees happy and healthy when cycling. Remember, prevention is always better than cure. It's not just about the ride, it's about enjoying many rides for years to come. Think your bike is a perfect fit? You might want to think again. Often we overlook the importance of a properly fitted bike and how it can impact our knees. Knee pain after cycling can sometimes be traced back to an improperly adjusted bike. Just a small tweak here and there can make all the difference. Let's start with the bike seat or saddle. If you're experiencing knee pain, it could be a sign that your saddle is not at the right height. When your pedal is at its lowest point, your knee should be slightly bent. If it's completely straight, your saddle is too high. On the flip side, if your knee is too bent, your saddle is probably too low. Adjusting it to the right height can help alleviate knee pain. Next, let's talk about the handlebars. If they're too low or too far away, you might be putting unnecessary strain on your knees. Adjust your handlebars so that you can reach them comfortably without having to stretch or hunch over. This will help distribute your weight evenly and reduce pressure on your knees. Finally, the placement of your foot on the pedal can also affect your knees. Your foot should be centered over the pedal spindle for the most efficient and comfortable ride. If your foot is too far forward or back, it could lead to knee pain. Remember, these adjustments are not one size fits all. Everyone's body is different, and what works for one person might not work for another. It's all about finding what's comfortable for you and your body. And don't forget, if you're experiencing persistent knee pain, it's always a good idea to consult with a healthcare provider. They can help identify the cause and recommend a treatment plan. A well-fitted bike is a joy to ride and easy on the knees. So, take some time to make these adjustments. Your knees will thank you. So, you've got knee pain but you still want to cycle. Is that a good idea? Now that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? It's a bit like asking if you should go for a swim while you're on fire. Technically, the water would help, but it's not exactly the best solution, right? Here's the deal. Cycling, by its very nature, is a low-impact exercise, which means it's easier on your joints, including your knees. However, if you're already experiencing knee pain, continuing to cycle could potentially exacerbate the issue. It's like adding fuel to a smoldering fire. The most crucial thing to remember is that pain is your body's way of sending out an SOS. It's your body's way of saying, hey, something's not right here. Ignoring that signal and continuing to cycle could lead to more serious damage. You wouldn't ignore a warning light on your car's dashboard, would you? That said, it doesn't mean you have to drop the bike altogether. It's about learning to listen to your body, adjusting your cycling habits, and seeking medical attention when necessary. You might need to tweak your cycling routine, adjust your bike setup, or even take a break altogether until your knee heals. It's all about balance, folks. You don't want to let your passion for cycling blind you to the reality of potential injury. When in doubt, always check with a healthcare provider. Finally, let's tackle the million-dollar question. How do you solve knee pain after cycling? Well, it's not a one-size-fits-all answer, but there are a few key strategies that can help you get back on the saddle pain-free. Let's dive in. First, it's crucial to give your body some downtime. Rest is a key part of recovery, allowing your body to repair and strengthen itself. You might be itching to get back on the bike, but remember, Rome wasn't built in a day. Second, ice is your new best friend. Applying a cold pack to your sore knees can help reduce inflammation and numb the area, providing immediate relief. You don't have to splurge on a fancy ice pack. A bag of frozen peas works just as well. Next up, we've got compression. Wearing a compression bandage or knee brace can help support the knee and reduce swelling. Just remember not to wrap it too tight. You don't want to cut off circulation or cause discomfort. Elevation is another key player in our anti-knee pain team. Try to keep your knee raised when you're sitting or lying down. This helps drain fluid from the area and can reduce swelling and pain. But what about long-term solutions? Well, incorporating regular stretching exercises into your routine can help improve flexibility and reduce the risk of injury. And remember, don't just focus on your knees. Stretch your hips, ankles, and lower back too. They all play a role in cycling. And lastly, never underestimate the power of a good warm-up. By gradually increasing your heart rate and loosening your muscles before you hit the road, you're setting yourself up for a smoother, pain-free ride. So there you have it. Rest, ice, compression, elevation, stretching, and a proper warm-up. It might seem like a lot, but each of these steps plays a crucial role in helping you solve knee pain after cycling. With these tips, you should be able to keep knee pain at bay and enjoy your cycling adventures. That's it, folks. You now have the knowledge to tackle knee pain after cycling head-on. We've journeyed through the types of knee pain, how to protect those precious joints, and adjusting your bike for optimal comfort. We've also explored whether to continue cycling with knee pain and solutions to soothe those aching knees. Remember, always consult a healthcare provider for personalized advice. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit that like button, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel for more great content. Ring that bell so you don't miss our next video. See you on the next ride.